Bilingualism in the 21st century. Let us discuss now what are the demands on bilingualism in the 21st century. But before we do that, let us ask what is different about the 21st century. Well, 21st century is a time when the world is connected through technology. 21st century is a time when people are interconnecting with each other, communicating with each other, participating in the purposes or in the lives of each other, doing businesses together in a way that was never envisaged before. And increasingly, the skills that they have learned during their lifetime are becoming redundant. That means there is this demand of ongoing learning of new skills in the 21st century. Now, in this scenario, bilingualism is an asset. It is an asset because it allows you to connect to a larger population across the world. So, bilingualism in this scenario means that you should have the ability to translate from one language to the other, may it be academic language or the register of a specific discipline, or it is a simple conversation from one language to the other. It also means that you need to know how to translanguage, that is, to code switch in a way that somehow exemplifies the real life society so that your speech or the way you conduct business with others does not seem to be very stilted. So we need to know how to translanguage. We need to know how to design information bilingually, because more and more people with different languages might be accessing what you have to offer. And this all means the ability to use languages dynamically. Now, this type of dynamism might not come simply by knowing two different languages, but also by how to interact or move from one language to the other language. This is because increasingly we are operating in a complex world where it might not be possible for you to maintain the language purity that you would like to maintain. Because even in Urdu, even now you can see there are several words that have come from English and they have now become a part of Urdu language itself. For instance, the word of school, for instance, the word of class, for instance, are English words. These are the words now that you adopt in your languages. Having said that, please remember that languages are not fixed entities. They fluctuate, they are flexible, and they change. They change when new technology comes in. You need different types of linguistic items to actually code this new information. You need to talk about different things. So languages change, they transform. And if you know two different languages or three different languages, then that means you need to be aware of the changes in these languages and how they are mixed together. So, as I said before, this means that the bilingualism that we would like to inculcate in our learners is somehow less simple than just enabling them to operate in two different languages like two different monolinguals. What we are talking about in this way, we are talking about the adaptive nature of bilingualism, that we can use multiple languages for multiple purposes in the different socio-cultural contexts that we come across. So the focus on should be not just developing two different languages, but actually how to operate across languages, how to use plurilingual practices, how to use multilingual practices, and these should be reflected in the classrooms also. But having said that, we need to be careful over here regarding what are the goals of the specific educational programs, because we do not want to deprive our students of the specific academic discipline of the subject that you are teaching. So if you are translanguaging too much, or if you are using a language which later on the students might not need when they move to a next level of learning, then we might be doing more harm than good.